Well, a lot of time has actually elapsed since that the first finished the grinding. Now I'm planning on releasing the videos fairly close together once they're edited and everything, part 1, part 2. But it's been quite a few. It's been a lot of time. I think I ground this blade in July. It is now September. Once again, AEBL and professionally heat treated. You can see it's been tested on the Rockwell scale, 60 hardness. And so basically what I'm going to do now is just do the final grind. Put the flat platen on my grinder and then do a final grind on this. I'm going to just go, I think this is already 120 or 220. It's been so long I actually forgot. I need a better record keeping system. But I'm going to take it down, take the edge down just a little bit more, and then go, I'll probably finish at 220 grit, and then I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite type of belt, and just the medium grit Scotch-Brite belt, and leave the machined, kind of a machined look on here. And I'll take it in to the inside shop, and which is just a little closet, if you remember my small micro shop. Just gonna do basically probably take the flats up to about 400, and then put some scales on it. So anyway, should be exciting. Alright, so I just put the Scotch-Brite belt on, and I'm gonna give that a shot, and just put the final finish on the blade. I've really debated. Let's see how well that turns out. It's hard to see, and my breath. It's already pretty cool in the shop here, but not perfect, but all in all, let's see if I can get a better shot of it here for you. Under the light, it might be hard to tell. Sorry, it might be pretty washed out with that bright there. Alright, well, there we have it. Got the finish on there. You might not be able to tell in the camera there, but pretty happy with the way it turned out in person. one thing about that Scotch-Brite belt that I've noticed, it does, I don't know if it's the joint on the belt, but it bounces a little bit, so the crisp, having some issues with the crisp grind lines across the top there, and I should be able to smooth that out with some very, very careful hand sanding. But all in all, pretty happy with the blade. AEBL stainless, hardened to 60. Was able, as you saw, dipped it quite a bit in the water. Very, very careful to keep the make sure the temper and the heat treat didn't get wrecked. But anyway, I'm just going to shut the camera off now. It's kind of late, and I hit this project again another day. Well, next I'm going to prep the scales here. Some of it has already been done, but what I did is I just glued some G10 on these pieces of wenge. I'm not sure how to say that. W-E-N-G-E, wenge or wang, whatever you want to say that. Glued G10 on there, and so now I'm just going to shape them up just a little bit, prep them, and then glue, or not glue, but drill for the scales. This one got a little shifted in the gluing, not a major issue at all, but anyway, I'm just going to prep them on the grinder and get them ready to drill the pinholes. Alright, so I've got the scales all prepped up good enough to go, and next I'm going to drill for the scales, drill the holes for the pins. Got my right scale, my left scale, and they're going to go, of course, I would sit the knife this way, and so that makes that the right scale, that makes that the left scale, and that just helps me keep it all organized as I am drilling. So, I'm going to raise up the press here just a little bit, the table. Pins drilled. I know I got the blade on the outside there, but just basically going to get it set and figure out exactly how far up I want the scales to go. You can see that's just the edge right there. I'm just going to do kind of a nice little, just a little sweep there, a little circle, or a little whatever you call that, rounded rounded edge, and going to get that started here. Next, it's the next step to fit the scales on the blade. Okay, so here we are in the tiny little shop here, and I'm just going to get the blade. I got the scales all finished and drilled, as you saw, and I didn't film it, but I did. Let's see if it'll focus there. Anyway, I think it's focused, hard to tell, but I did, as you can see, just get the fronts all, front of the top of the scales there all set, and I drilled my first little bit of dimpling here. Just this will help for just help the bonding to the tang here. So now I'm just going to drill the next one here. And there's no scientific. This isn't science. I'm just putting some holes in there just to create a little bit more surface area for the glue to bond to the scale. So here we go. Alright, well, I've got the things drilled there. Now just going to do just have some sandpaper on this this board here, and just going to do a quick rough up. Okay, well, there we have it. Now I'll just do a quick wipe down with some acetone right here, and then after the acetone, we'll do a little bit of cleanup here on the blade, and then basically, unless I'm missing something, we'll be ready for gluing. So it's exciting, coming along.